happens in Anderson County or East Tennessee, you'll hear about it here first with local information news on WISH.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve in mind. Floating on the water with good old Steve in mind.
Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show, and we've got our good buddy Jeff Parrott here with us, riding shotgun this afternoon, and we're glad to have Jeff. And Mike's over here. He's kind of catching up on a few things. He may be tying up jigs for all I know. I don't know. But anyway, glad to have Jeff with us. Jeff, good to have you with us, brother.
Glad to be here, Steve. Once again, thank you for inviting me down. And it's a kind of hard time of the year to get a little bit of fishing content, but I think we got a few little things to show tonight.
Good. Yeah, that looks good. Looks good, really does. You know, we're on the air early tonight due to the election. Now next week, don't turn it on at 7 o'clock and wonder where we're at, because we won't be here till 8.
Oh yeah, we have to get on track. Did
Right.
you guys get a chance to go vote today?
Yeah, we got to go vote, and all that's taken care of, and Chandler and is over here. He's watching us close because they got election returns, and he and his dad Brad be doing that here at 8 o'clock. So we're not going to hold anything up. We got a lot of stuff to do. We got some good fishing film and that kind of stuff. So we're going to move right along. Let's do the video on the bass fishing and dog days there that Mr. Parrott fixed up for us.
So what is dog days? Well, that's usually the time between July the 3rd to August the 11th. What happens, our Earth tilts during that time, and it causes the sun rays to hit at a steeper angle, which means longer sunny days and hotter days as well. Now, with all these hot days, especially in the mornings and in the afternoons, we get a lot of thunderstorms here in East Tennessee. So what's happening right here is the wind is just blowing us around, and we're just not doing very well trying to finesse this deep water access bank on Norse Lake, which is an area we call the Lewiston Sea right here. And it's usually rough anyway. So we're going to try to get out of here and try to find us some calmer water where we can try to catch a few fish. All right, we're going to go try to find some calmer water here. We're going to head back toward the Mill Creek section, or we may try a few coves where we can finesse and at least try to catch a few bass. I got my brother Paul Parrott with me today. He's on the front of the boat holding everything down for us. So we're off and running. All right, today we're in my Grizzly Tracker boat. It's an aluminum boat that we use for crappie fishing. I'm not out in the kayak today. Thank goodness, it would be a little rough on us. But we also do a little walleye trolling with this boat. It's an excellent rig for that. I've got a 2-horsepower Honda kicker motor that I use back there, and does a great job. It does a real good job at trolling and getting down there with walleye on. And coming up right here, I'll show you some of the plugs that we tried and some of the methods we use. All right, we like using these banded lures. These are specific for walleye. They're deep runners. They run about 27 feet down with 10-pound test line. We have a lot of luck on these, and we usually catch quite a few.
Well, got a little one here. This is about as good as we're doing right now for sure. Got him on a helper line. Try to get him out of there without hurting. Little smallmouth. Well, he heated up. Helgramite, natural color, Nico Helgramite on a little Ned head, about a 1/10 ounce.
Now, these Helgramites are a natural food source for smallmouth and largemouth bass. Something a little different and something to try in the summertime.
Yeah, held it too. Yeah, they like that help. Here. Not too bad. Get up here, buddy. Yeah. They do like the Helgramites. Try to get the help too. Well, that's two little smallmouth here on North Lake. Down there deep, so could have been a better one. We'll let him go. Let's get another one. It's good fish. Got a good fish on finally. Get the net. We'll lose him. I got him hooked pretty good. He's coming up now. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Good fish. Good fish. He liked it. He tried to swallow it too. Well, cypress tree. I mean, he just tried to swallow it. Big old largemouth. Yeah, good old largemouth. You got any hemostats? I don't want to hurt this fish. He tried to swallow this thing. You too. That's a good largemouth. Good largemouth fish. Here, let me get his picture. Well, he's got a little bit of a fight to him here. Here, let me get a picture. Oh. It's all wrapped up here in the line.
All right, this largemouth was laying right up under a tree branch. I guess he was trying to avoid the dog days of summer too.
Pretty good largemouth. He feeding up here. Got him on the Helgramite. He hit him as soon as he got in the water. There's the Helgramite. The Nico, natural. So he really liked that pretty good. So he was up shallow. So that's kind of promising. Anyway, let's let him go and see if we can't catch another one. All right, shut it down. All right, let's ease him back into the water. There he goes. Well, folks, we didn't do too bad today. Paul and I came out here to the Lewiston C section, and there's a big storm on the way. And we got 3 little fish. I had one on, what was that, Hopkins spoon?
Yeah, Hopkins spoon.
Hopkins spoon. So, you know, and a couple of my other buddies are out here. We'll like to kind of check in with them, see how they done.
We fish deep, shallow, we fish top.
But, what do you think, Paul? What do you think about today's fishing trip?
Well, we got a good time. It's just been overcast. Good, you know, it's not been too hot. We fished deep. We've used jigging spoons and flutter spoons. I had a few fish on and they got off. Didn't make good hookups, but started finesse fishing with gulps and centipedes and started catching a few fish.
And we done a little trolling. We tried to troll a little bit.
We tried to troll some walleye bandits, but we didn't have any luck. But we know that we can catch them on. We've done it before, but we had a pretty good day and enjoyed it. We're just going to get in here before the storm hits, and we'll see you next time.
But it's 12 o'clock Friday, and this is dog days of summer. It's July the 29th, 2022, and it's water temperature. We're sitting at 82 degrees right now, surface temperature, and so it's warm. It's typical East Tennessee. So we're gonna get out of here. Let's head to the boat ramp. I'm Jeffrey George Parrott. We'll see you next time. Bye.
All right, Jeff. You got to list a little bit more you want to add to what we just saw.
It was just a hot day, you know, the old dog days they call it, Steve. I mean, all those little fish was at least a little bit of a bite, and of course we were using these Helgramites right here, just something different to try.
Yep.
You know, they're awful stretchy, and you can catch a few fish with them, and just something different to try. I know you guys have great success at night. Paul and I, we wanted to just go out during the day and try it, but it was all we could do to bear the heat out there.
Yeah,
You know,
yes, sir. It gets hot. Ain't no two ways about it.
very hot.
Yeah. All right. Okay, we're going to take a little break here, and Chandler, take us to this couple of minutes here at Edgemore Outdoors, would you?
All right, folks, I'm here with Vance here at Edgemore Outdoors. I'm Jeff Parrott on behalf of Let's Go Fishing with Steve and Mike. Vance, looks like you got some new lures there. Well, you want to tell us a little bit about them?
So these are all the new Shimano baits that they've come out with. They've got top waters, they got jerk baits, shallow crank baits, some bigger square bills right here. The jerk bait and the popper is really different because it's got, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it has some what's called flash boost in it, and that stuff constantly is moving. It's a lot different than any other.
That's some good looking lures. That's some good looking. When did you guys get these in?
No, we've had them for a couple of weeks now.
All
They've
right.
been selling pretty good, and there's more coming, different colors and different kinds there.
Okay, that looks good. All right, Vance, tell us about your spinner baits have been selling quite well.
Yeah, these are made by our buddy John Carroll here. He makes a big 1 ounce one right there, and then he also does that red one looks good. He's got a 5/8 too. We've been selling these really good. That's perfect for nighttime fishing around here, about any lake around.
They look good. They're really, really good. Got a good price on those too.
Yeah, he makes some different colors that you don't really see much in other kinds of other brands.
Real
there.
good. All right, Vance. It looks like you guys got some new worms here. Some new Zoom worms on display.
Yeah, we got some new colors like chameleon here. It's been a really hot one, and we also got one called cranberry here that Zoom come out with. We've been selling a lot of that one. There's also a lot of special run colors that you guys may not have seen in a while, like strawberry, and there's old purple. We got a lot of different colors like that in the big worms. I see cherry seed down there too, and an old monster. That's pretty popular there. And just a lot of other colors that come in that they haven't had in a while. They've finally been starting to get some of their special run colors back in.
Very good.
There's some tomato in the old monster. It's a hot one too.
All right, folks. Once again, I'm Jeff Parrott here on behalf of Let's Go Fishing with Steve and Mike Cox. Hey, you know, when you start out here in Edgemore, you get inside and you start the left-hand side, they have got fishing line all kinds of stock here. We're going to just kind of just walk through this a little bit, give you an idea of what they've got here as far as their fishing line, and all kinds of different type manufacturers, different sizes, different pound tests. They have got it here.
All right, folks, not only does Edgemore Outdoors have great fishing lures, tackle, hooks, and plastics, they have got a wide selection of fishing rods right here. G. Loomis, they've got the latest of Shimano, they've got the Duckett, they have got all of the great rods that you need for specialized fishing right here. So if you do some special fishing and you need a certain type of length, weight handling capacity, they've got it right here at Edgemore Outdoors. So get on out there and check out their supply of rod and reels.
Now, fishing's not the only thing that Edgemore Outdoors can handle for you. They have various apparel. They've got some nice looking apparel here from AFTCO, and they've got some of their own apparel as well. Get on down here and get you a t-shirt here. Nice looking 100% cotton t-shirts. Boy, those look good. Edgemore Outdoors. Here's some of the pricing. Hoodies. And a few accessories here for your boat, just in case you might forgot something on the way to the lake. They just might have it right here for you. And it's summertime, and it's hard to do without crickets. Take your kid fishing. Stop in and get some crickets. You'll have a lot of fun doing that, too.
All right. It's really good information there from Vance, Jeff. He's done a great job. Glad to see that.
Vance got a lot of new, they've gotten a lot of new products over there. You know, Edgemore Outdoors is one of your sponsors, and they're doing a real good job on supplying their store for all of us fishermen out there.
They definitely are doing that for sure. All righty. We're going to get back into why Jeff was over there. We had Joe Lee come in and do another one of his seminars there, and Jeff got some film of that, and we're going to take the time to show that right here tonight, and then we'll come back in with I think Mike had a fishing trip on Friday night, and then he and I went back on Saturday night. That was it? That what it was, Mike? Okay. So let's go to that Joe Lee seminar there at Edgemore Outdoors and see what we can learn.
All right, viewers, welcome to Edgemore Outdoors, and welcome to another fishing seminar. But before we get started, hey, let's meet the crew that serves you and can get you all your fishing needs right here at Edgemore Outdoors.
Okay, guys.
I'm Vance. I've been working here for about 8 years now. Avery ran. This right here, we'll turn it over to Dad here.
Okay. Hey, look who you just got. Look here who you got.
Come on, that's it. I love you. Get together.
This is Mom. Her name's Roland.
Okay.
This is Dad. His name's Scott. And then this is Avery.
All right, guys.
His name's Drew.
All right. You guys wave goodbye here.
See you guys.
All right.
Thanks for coming in.
All right.
As part of this seminar, some really good homemade ice cream was made by Hit and Miss, the ice cream company. And it was good if you missed out on this one right here, that's for sure. All provided by Edgemore Outdoors. All right, let's meet our guest host today for our seminar, which is Joe Lee from right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Joe is a captain with the Knoxville Fire Department. When Joe's not working the fire department, he's out working these bass tournaments. Here's a picture of him from the MLF Bass Tournament, and he also fishes the Bass Masters Tournament as well. This seminar is going to give you some insights on how to keep your bass alive during a tournament in your live well.
We're here on the night that I talked about fishing deep. We talked about some of this stuff, and they had asked me to do talk about how we get those fish. You know, we're talking about fishing with keeping, so this is mostly a tournament situation. How we're getting these fish from catching them and riding around in the boat for 4, 5, 6 hours, and then getting them back in the lake viable. So that's kind of what I'm going to walk us through. You know, so we want to be able to get those fish back in the lake where we can catch them again. You know, that's been our goal since the mid-70s when Ray Scott realized that, hey, we could really do something with this if we get these fish back. I go back and look at some of my dad's old pictures from some of the early BASS tournaments, and they were bringing them in their own stringers. You know, you guys have seen those. And that's not that long ago. You know, so, you know, Ray Scott thought about, you know, that. Forrest Wood invented a bass boat that had a live well in it. And, you know, it's all kind of, you know, kept growing and evolving from there. But it's pretty cool that it's something that we can do. And, yeah, did we lose a few fish? Yeah. Have you seen tournaments where they lost a bunch of fish? Yeah, it happened. You know, but nobody's trying to kill them. You know, we're trying to keep them alive. And things have it's gotten easier to do that over the years. It's gotten, you know, there's more tools out there. We can learn more about what keeps a fish alive. You know, but the bottom line is that we're putting a lot back, you know, putting a lot more fish back alive now than we used to, and a whole lot more than we did when this concept of tournament fishing first began, when we were keeping them. One thing to keep in mind, and you know, is, you know, there is going to be some mortality. You're catching a fish, taking it out of its environment, hauling it around all day. That's going to happen, you know, and there's no, you know, and I don't think anybody's out there not trying to keep them alive, not trying to take care of them. So, you know, when we see people out at these tournaments that are losing fish, instead I've seen people get mad at them. And instead of getting mad at people, we need to try to talk to them and try to help them learn what they can do, the things they can do to help keep fish alive. Sometimes somebody's, you know, pump quits running, live well quits running. So, what we got to keep from doing is coming down on each other because nobody's wanting to kill them. And according to the law, we can all take 5 home and eat them every day anyway. So, you know, that's kind of the mentality you got to have that. But I say that just to say that to promote a spirit of let's help each other learn how to keep these fish alive, learn how to get them back in the lakes and viable to be caught again. So that's kind of where I wanted to start with all this. And like I said, a little bit of history there about where we came from taking all those fish out of the lake to, you know, putting them all back in a lot of tournaments now. Sometimes there are tournaments that have 100% release rate. Now another thing to think about before I get into the meat and potatoes is when I was in school at UT doing wildlife and fishery science, there was a guy there doing a study about delayed mortality. You know, what happens 2 days later, 3 days later after we turn these fish loose. And I don't remember, something happened, I don't know that I ever read that study once it was finished, but I helped him a little bit on the front end. And what they were finding, there was a little bit of mortality a couple of days down the road, but it wasn't very significant. It wasn't a whole lot of it. So what we're finding is if we get them back in there and they swim off, that most of them are making it. Most of them are making it and they're going back out and assimilating themselves back into the fish population, and then we're catching them again, which is, you know, that's the picture we all want to put out there, and the picture we hope we're living up to is that fish are getting released to get caught again. So that being said, we want to do everything that we can do, everything I can do personally for every fish that comes in my boat, to give it the best chance of swimming off at the end of the day. You know, the first thing, and like I've got here in my notes, the first thing starts with the catch. You know, paying attention, especially when we're using the small baits, that we're not letting the fish eat the bait too far. You know, that's the very first thing, is that we're paying attention, we know when a fish bites, and we're catching him in a good, safe place in his mouth. And, you know, there's some baits, when you start fishing light baits, neds, little light Texas rig worms, things like that, that's what you got to be careful. Carolina rigs, something that's out there on the loose line. You got to watch about letting the fish eat one too deep. The next step that goes along with that is if you do catch one where the bait gets down in his throat, down past the crushes where you can't get it, the best thing to do is to leave that hook in there. Cut the line, don't dig at it. If it's down in there where you can't get it, cut the line and leave it. And I've seen a lot of fish caught again with a hook in their throat. So if you start digging in there and start getting that fish bleeding, then he's going to die right then. So his best chance of making it is to leave that hook in there. And that's anybody that you ask out there that knows will tell you that. Best thing to do is leave that hook alone. You know, I mean, if it's something you can get, then get it. But if you think, hey, I'm gonna make this fish bleed if I do that, leave it in there, and it'll. I don't know how long it takes, but they do come out. I've seen fish passing hooks out there, out by their anal fin. I don't know how they did that, but they passed it all the way through their body. So they're tough. And I don't want to be. It's like deer hunting. You don't want to wound the deer. You don't want to leave a fish out there with a hook in it, but sometimes that's your only option. So just know that that is an option. You don't have to get those out if they're in a bad spot. All right, so from this point on, in this talk, there's tons of opinions and there's tons of right and wrong answers on what I'm talking about. What I'm going to be telling you is my opinion on what I think is the best way to care for fish. Is it the be-all, end-all? No. And is there going to be people that disagree with what has worked for me? Yes. But I'm just giving you my experience, what I've seen that worked to help keep fish alive. Like I said, if there was 10 pro bass fishermen here, all 10 of them would have, different ideas of what works. But so I'm giving you what's worked for me, what's worked for people I know. So starts with a catch. Get that fish in the boat quick. And it's when you play a fish too long, it wears them out, and it gets the adrenaline and different chemicals worked up in their body, and it makes it harder for them to come back. I'm not saying break your line trying to get one in the boat. We're all trying to do it right, and play a fish out, get it in the boat. But the quicker you get that fish in the boat, the quicker you get him in the live well, the better chance that fish is going to make it all day in there and be released. So, if you don't have to walk him around the boat 15 times before you bring him in, do that. Get him in the boat, and then the second one is goes along with that. Once you get him in the boat, don't stand around looking at him for 3 more minutes. So get him in the boat. You want a picture? Get him in the live well, let him breathe for a minute, get a picture, whatever. But the main thing is that the less time that fish is out of water, the more chance. I mean, it's common sense. But we get carried away. We get a big fish. We want pictures. We want to look at it. We want to pet it. We want to love it. We want to hold it. Some people like to kiss them. I don't know. Anyway, we want to. Who? I don't kiss fish. Anyway, so that being said, get that fish in the boat. Get it. Wave, whatever it is your culling system is. If you want a picture, but if you're in a tournament, get that fish in the boat, get it in a live well, and don't mess around. One of my favorite things, and I don't even know if this works because fish breathe differently than I do. I've got lines, they've got gills. But I heard somebody say one time, when you pull a fish out of the water, hold your breath. And when you need a breath, he probably needs one. I don't know how that exactly works, but if it is, it's a good thing to do to keep yourself reminded that you got this fish out of his environment. So pull him out of there, start holding your breath, and when you need a breath, dig him in the water, whatever you need to do, turn him loose, let him go do his thing. So, talk about getting him in the live well. So, every boat, every manufacturer's got a little bit different setup, but pretty much everybody's got something that'll pump water in, something that'll pump water out, and they've got something that'll spin it around or circulate it while it's in there. So that's what I'm going to be referring to that as a recirculator, and then we have the aerator, which brings water into the boat. So what do you do to prepare your live well for a day of fishing? There's lots of things, but when it's really hot outside, one of the things that I like to do is, when's the coolest water that I'm going to have all day? And I put the boat in the water. That's the coolest water I'm going to find all day. So, a really good trick to do, so you're going to fish tomorrow, and you're going to try to keep fish alive all day, is when your live well's dry, on your way to the lake, stop and get some ice. Couple of 3 bags, and put them in dump them in your live well on the way to the lake. There's no water in there, just ice. Put it in there. Get to the lake, back your boat in the water. The first thing you want to do is fill those live wells. Now this is crazy because what if you're going to run 50 miles that morning? You might want to rethink it because you're going to be. This is how you get the coolest water and the best chance for your fish. So I'm getting the coolest water that's going to be available to me all day. I'm putting it straight on ice. once my live well gets up there to whatever my safe operating level is, I think a lot of times people overfill them because it doesn't let the recirculator get oxygen in the water. Because if you fill it live well all the way up, there's no bubbles being made. So I like to leave them down a little bit. So anyway, fill those live wells up, turn off the fill, aerate, whatever you want to call it, and then when you turn the recirculator on, next time you put a fish in there, turn the recirculator on, and you never let any new water in that system. Only that colder water you got that morning, you've iced it, and so it's something that's different than the environment they're in. It's cooler. It's going to give them a chance. Now, going back to putting ice in the live well, and again, I'm giving you my opinion because you hear some people say, don't put anything with chlorine in there. I've heard some people will take a bag of ice and put it straight in their live well. Some people wouldn't dare do that. They take ice, milk jugs full of ice and put it in their live wells. So I've never had any trouble. I've done it both ways. I've never seen a little bit of chlorine in a bag of ice hurt fish. Like I said, I'm going to say this and somebody else is going to say, that's stupid, you can't put that in there. But I've never had any trouble with it, putting ice straight into the live well. I'm taking 2 or 3 bags of ice before daylight that morning, open them up, put them in my live well. But I wanted to touch on that because that's an iffy situation with the chlorine and the water. You worry about it, take you some lake water home and make you some ice cubes out of that or whatever, but the main thing is to get that water cool. I'm going to talk in a minute about a system that's out there that keeps your water cool. The guys I know that have done some research on this say that we need to get that live well water about 10 degrees less than what the lake water is. That's what we're shooting for. Because it's not that we're taking them out of water that's, we're putting them in not the exact same water temperature. It doesn't work because those fish are stressed once they're in the live well, and that water's getting hotter on them. All right, thank y'all so much. Appreciate you being here tonight. And we'll announce the next one.
All right, folks, we're back. Listen, we hope you enjoyed that little seminar there with Joe Lee. Had some good points on how taking care of your fish.
He sure did. He talked everything from, they call it fizzing, I think is what they call that, when you catch a fish out of the deep water.
Yeah.
And there's techniques to do that. And Joe mentioned some ways to do that, and also mentioned a lady's name who was a biologist there. And she can have more explanation on the internet if you go to her website there and take a look. Also talked about just using simple things as filling up your own ice and put it in your live well.
Yeah.
And, when you're out bass tournament and catching fish, that's how you win. You got to keep them alive, don't you?
Got to keep them alive. That's exactly right. And here's another thing: the water you have at home is more just about guaranteed you got chlorine in it. Well, when you mix water with the lake water and millions of gallons, it dilutes it. So what we try to do is take a plastic Coke bottle, several of them, and we don't want to just get bags of ice and throw in there because it's got the chlorine in it.
That's right.
So we, keep some Coke bottles or what have you full of water that's frozen, and you just lay them in your live well, and then you keep the water cool.
One of the simplest tips he gave was that when you first put your boat in at the boat ramp, go ahead and fill your live well up, because usually the water's a lot cooler first thing in the morning.
Exactly right.
So that's kind of a nice tip.
Let it be getting cooled down, and because you catch a fish in 25, 30 feet of water, more than likely that water's in the upper 50s maybe.
That's right.
And then you bring him up there and it's 83, 87 on the surface, and that's what your live well's full. Well, you just throwed him in the cooker.
That's right. That's right. I know. It's like trying to boil him out there in these old dog days of summer.
Exactly right.
Steve,
exactly.
I appreciate you calling me and sending me down there to get you some footage of that. I really enjoyed it. I fish, a little bit of a different tournament, but it was very informative. And Joe's a great guy, and I'm glad that I got a chance to go down there for you. I know you all were tied up, and anytime I can help you in any way, give me a call, because that's what I'm here to help you guys out for. And again, thank you for having me on the show again.
Thank you for being here,
And I'll change seats here with good old Mike, and we'll watch you guys fish a little bit.
All right, that sounds good. Let's see, Chandler, how about taking us to a short sponsor break, and we'll come back with Mike over here and see what he's caught. Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is the place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes, light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. All right, thank you, Chandler. Okay, folks, we're going to go to the film there Mike shot Friday night. He and Jeff Phillips up on North, and take a good look at that and see how it turned out.
Okay, folks. Jeff's got our first one there on our first stop. Got it on the black and blue. And nice smallmouth. Real nice smallmouth. Fat and mean, ain't he?
Yeah, boy.
Well, we'll get him back to water here. See if we can find a few more of them. Maybe they'll be biting tonight. Yeah. All right, he's gone. We'll get back after him. Okay, folks. Yep, got him another one there. I just missed one, and then he turned around and caught that one. Another good smallmouth. Another good smallmouth right there. Real good smallmouth. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, go ahead and step back up there a little bit. Away from the light, might get a better picture of it. Turn him around there now.
That way?
Yeah, there you go. Good picture of him. All right, we'll put him back and get him again next time. Okay. That's still on the black and blue. Nice on black and black. Had a hold of one there and he got off.
Now let me guess, you're trying to claim that fish was the one you tried to catch.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
We'll stay after him if we can.
We'll see.
Touch that lip. Dandy hook in that one. That one shows that hose or something there. You don't want to come back out of there. Needle hose. That's a nice small. Real nice.
Pretty color.
Yeah, you get him back. Him on them solid black.
All right. Well, a couple of minutes there, Mike. Tell us about the fishing trip.
Well, like I say, Jeff caught them two, and then I finally caught that one. He was on the black and blue, and I was on the solid black.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we fished 8 places, and caught 2 fish. One of them before dark, one after dark, and then I caught that other one, and we missed 4 fish right there on that one spot.
Hmm. Well,
that's the only thing we could get them to bite. You know, out of all them places, you never got a strike off of them, and we kept changing up baits, thinking that might be what the deal was, but I don't think it was as much the bait as it was the location.
yeah.
Them fish seemed to be on a dang flat bar there where it dropped off to 30-something, 40-something feet there, and I'm out there on that flat, and when it started off that edge,
They was there.
they was there.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Chandler, put the film on that Mike and I shot on Saturday night, would you? All right. Just whenever you get ready, bud. You're doing a fine job. All right, folks. It's Saturday afternoon here. I don't know. That's 7 something. Let's see here. What time is it? 8:14. Dang. We're running late, Mike. Got Mike up here. He's supposed to be on them.
Yeah.
We're going to go see. I don't know whether we are or not, but we're going to go try them and look and see. Hope this rain, storm business stays to the south and east of us. Maybe we can get some 3 or 4 good hours of fishing in here. Stay tuned. We want to remember our sponsors. And let's go fishing. All right, Mike, it's up on you now. All right, folks. Mike's got our first bite there.
Yeah, he's eat all the
Yeah, he tore you.
trailers off my.
Z-Hog.
Z-Hog.
Tore it all to pieces.
He ran on the boat 30 foot.
Yeah, all right. Back in the water with him.
He ain't been.
All right. Mike's got our second fish right there, and buddy, it's a dandy.
Yeah.
Sure is, Mike. That's a good.
Got him lit up good, ain't you?
Yeah, I got him lit up good.
Okay.
All right, a little bit too bright, just till you droop at it. Yeah, it looks a little better right there. All right, Mike, back in the water with him. It's a good.
Okay, folks. Steve got him one there, and then he hung a dip net on the hook and can't get the fish loose.
Yeah.
Okay, we're recording now.
Yeah.
All right, that's a
That's a good fish there, Mike.
real good fish. Yes, sir. Yeah, every time you touch that lip, that just makes him go crazy. All right.
Yeah. You heard that little pop, didn't you, Mike?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nice one.
Another nice smallmouth right there.
Yeah.
Old big, one of them big, fat, nice slickings, as old Bill said.
Yes, sir.
Pretty. Them fish are looking better all the time. Back in the water. That's yummy, man. All right.
Okay. Well, Steve's got another nice little smallmouth, huh?
Yeah, boy. He ain't too bad, Mike. Got a little belly on him there. Pretty little fish.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Back in the water.
All right.
There you go.
Still on that black.
Yeah.
All right, you got him a good nice one there. He ain't all that long, but he sure is fat, mean.
Yeah, boy, Mike.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
buddy.
he's
Nothing wrong with that booger. Not a thing. Yeah. That's a nice,
real nice smallmouth.
all right, we back in the water.
Yeah.
Gracious.
All right, there's
Number
another.
7, Mike.
Number 7. That's a nice smallmouth too.
Yeah, buddy. Sure is.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
What's he got down his mouth beside his jig?
Yep, that's all he's got.
Yeah.
Back in the water.
Okay.
Another fish, Mike.
Nice little fish.
Yeah, boy. Let's get him. That's number 8. Let's get him back in the water and get another.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
You got your chunk?
Got my chunk, yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna get a picture of him before the camera goes blank again.
Yeah, number 9, Mike.
Number 9, yeah.
Back in the water.
Back in the water. There you go. What?
Take off.
He's gone. He's just mean as can be. All right, so we get back at him, see if we can get another one or two. Yeah, we got number 10 here if we can get the hook out of him.
It's on the outside of it.
And on the
See right
outside.
there?
Yeah. Came out in the snoot, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
There he is, Mike.
yeah,
That's a good one, buddy.
real nice one.
Shoot, no, daggone, that fish ought to be about 19, 20 inches long.
Yeah, every bit of it.
Boy, that's a nice one. All right, get you another. That fish way close to 4 pounds.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. See, you got him a nice one there. Boy, that's a chunk and a half there now.
Yeah, that's number 11.
Number 11.
All right.
Black and blue.
Yeah, black and blue.
Yeah.
Here we go. You had me black and blue. Shoot, far.
Good.
Yeah. Come
All
on.
right. You got number 12 out here. He missed. Had one on, missed it, and then missed another strike, and then got that in there.
Come out there, Hook.
Another good fish.
Yep. You got a good picture of him, Mike?
I think we got a good picture of him there.
Huh?
Looks like we do.
Yeah, make sure we can see him. All right, back in the water. Oh, they're pulling like a freight train down there in that 30-foot of water. I'm telling you.
Well, something else.
Let's try what that Mike, you ready? What Mike caught there. Yeah, got it, man. Big, fat, nice, big one. All right. Catch that for old Bill.
Yeah. You got 5 minutes.
How many does that make?
That's 14.
14. You sure you counted right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let him go.
Exactly. 2 minutes yet.
Okay. Okay, Chandler, good job. Mike, we just popped in there on the right place, and they wanted what we were throwing, and we picked up some pretty good fish.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the only bad thing about that is it'll be a boat race tomorrow night between who's going to get there first. Huh? Yeah.
I know I shouldn't have showed you my hole.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Well, it'd be a boat race is all I can say.
You done got them sore mouth anyway.
No, shoot, no. We ain't touched it. We've not skimmed what's right there on that place.
Probably
I
not.
guarantee
Probably
it.
not.
I guarantee it. We hopefully weather permitting and these big heavy clouds get out of here and we can get to the lake tomorrow night. That'd be great. And if not, hopefully we can make it Saturday night. But the moon is coming up, and the black, I was throwing black and watermelon with a black chunk, and caught a couple, I think, on the black and blue. But most of my fish came on that black and watermelon. And then you were throwing the
Z-Hog to start with.
The Z-Hog to start with.
Back to the solid black.
Then went back to the solid black. I mean, you know, we've learned over the years on a dark night you fish a dark bait. Now, occasionally Mike will get his pink pork rind and his black spinner bait out and catch a few good fish on that. But we haven't picked up a spinner bait this year.
I have.
Have you?
I've tried it a few times, but I ain't never got a lick on it yet.
I haven't thrown the first one, but I sure would like to get a bite on one.
Oh, yeah.
You know. Anyway, we had a pretty good thing going there, and we kind of had, which Mike had already known that second place we stopped was that's where he and Jeff finished up, and we went on up and fished a couple of other places, and then came back to that. And and the bad thing about it is, now listen to this. So I had a jig tied on my rod, and I hooked 3 fish, and they every one come loose. And I said, what in the world is going on here? So I got my daggum, got my light on and got that jig up there in my lap, and I told Mike, I said, this thing ain't even got a barb on it. So, you know, I didn't stand a chance, you know, of holding on to one of them without that barb on the hook. So I said, Mike, get up here on the front, I've got to re-rig. So I cut that thing off and took the skirt off of it, and I throwed it in the bottom of the boat. And when I got home the next day, I throwed it in the trash. I said, I don't want that to ever happen again. So I had 3 or 4 good bites on it, and hook them and get them started to the boat, and they'd come unbuttoned, and I would be gone. And I finally realized, what in the world's wrong here? And so, hey, every now and then when you got a bunch of hooks up there and lead heads, you better kind of look and make sure that all the barbs is on there.
Oh, yeah.
Because they might have missed one. And so do check that, because you'll fish all night and never get one into the boat.
Yeah.
Or all day, either way, you know. But yeah, but that just happened to be a hook that they poured a lead head on, and I'd put a skirt on it and didn't even think about the barb not being on the hook.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the deal on that. Do remember our sponsors, folks, Reynolds Racing and Marine. We'll close the show out here in just a minute, and we'll turn it over to Chandler. He can show those advertisements, and do get on Reynolds' website. I'm curious to see if someone's picked up one of those 18-foot expresses down there. So go to the website, see what they've got, available. I did hear a little word that they may have got some engines in. Don't know what size. Just that they had a shipment come in. So check on that while you're on the website. You can look at anything you want to, and then after you get through looking at that, just drive down there and look at it in person and kick the tires, as they say.
That's right.
IUOE want to thank all those folks for sponsoring the show, and hopefully we can continue doing that. So we're going to turn this over to Chandler. Want to thank Jeff Parrott for showing up with us tonight, getting that video, the information from over at Edgemore Outdoors, and the seminar with Joe Lee. And hopefully we'll be back on schedule next week, which will be at 8 o'clock on Thursday night. And we're going to turn it over to Chandler, and we'll see y'all next week. God bless. let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, whether it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David, I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Hey, folks, we're over here at Edgemore Outdoors and got Vance back here. They've got a new selection of, what is this called now, Vance?
This is all queen tackle.
Queen tackle, okay.
It's all tungsten. They got tungsten weights, flipping weights. They got drop shot weights. All the jigs are all tungsten heads. There's flipping jigs, football jigs. There's swim jigs down here too. That's all of it's tungsten. There's shaky heads right here.
Okay,
That's
all tungsten stuff. Well, Vance got my attention with one thing. You can take any jig. Vance, get some of those bills. The chatterbait bills?
These aren't tungsten, but you can take this little chatterbait here and you can make a jig or a
any
swim
jig,
bait, any kind of head.
Throw and put a shaky head on it.
Yep.
Son of a gun. I was just wondering how long that was going to take.
They've got different sizes in the blades there. There's silver, gold, and black.
Silver, gold, and black, different sizes in the blades. And like you said, you can take a white jig that you're flipping and put that dang bill on it, and you got you a chatterbait.
That's right.
Well, I wish me and you had thought of that. Folks, listen, do get by here, Edgemore Outdoors. Just swing around here, look at, gosh, I mean, man, the racks are hanging full of stuff, line, oil, just everything in the world here at Edgemore Outdoors. Jim and his crew would be more than glad to help you find what you need back here on the thing. I mean, it's just, I just hadn't had a chance to get over here. I've been wanting to come by and make a new film, advertisement for Edgemore Outdoors, and we just thank you for their support here over the years, keeping the show going, and it's just row after row of tackle, baits, plastics, crappie stuff, catfish.